With the price of silicon chips still rising, a major car maker says that its new cars will go up in price at the end of this year.
Although the extent of the price rise is still unclear, economists say the move could trigger a wave of price rises across the auto industry.
One of the biggest hitters in the auto industry has just launched its first 100% electric car, and an equally shocking announcement has come out hot on its heels. All its new cars will get pricier at the end of this year.
Because materials are rising in price, copper, various precious metals and microchips, and even some plasticized equipment, among other things. We use all these materials in assemblage in the auto industry, and they've all announced price rises. But because the materials used by each different model are different, the margin of increase for each model hasn't been decided yet. We may make an announcement before the end of the year.
The decision may spur other brands to take action too. Observers expect a wave of price rises to follow. The auto industry is dealing with continually rising costs in materials, logistics, and labor. Microchips from major chip makers like TSMC, UMC, VIS, and Powerchip are getting more expensive, and semiconductors for chips and detection devices represent 35% of the manufacturing cost of a car. With demand outstripping supply, experts say price hikes were inevitable.
We can compare the main country's producer price index to the consumer price index and see that right now the PPI is vastly higher than the CPI across the board. That means producers will have to continue to tolerate profits being squeezed or even losses until they can't bear the losses anymore, and then they'll have no choice but to pass those price rises on to consumers.
Vehicles' microchips are in short supply and new cars can't keep up with demand. For the most popular models, there's a waiting list of 2 or more months. The auto industry could be in for a bumpy ride.